The day is 26/3/1933. On one hot afternoon, a man wearing off-white kurta pajama is sitting under a tree. Protected by tree shade, he is having his lunch. He seems sad and dejected over some thought that is bothering him. Just outside the shade, next to him, is a dried plant, struggling to stay alive. He's eating his food when he suddenly stops. Resting his head back on the trunk, he simply closes his eyes. He seems to be troubled by a thought, and tears ooze out of his eyes. He is crying uncontrollably while not being bothered by who is watching. Swallowing the remaining food, he says to himself, I need to go now. He drinks water from a clay bottle to flush the food down his throat. While taking sips, he looks at the plant. This little plant is under the wrath of the afternoon sun. It has dried up due to lack of water, almost dried up. Pitying the plant's condition, he empties the remaining water in the bottle. He's done with the lunch and so he walks away. Ikvarsh is a 40 years old man who recently had a baby girl. Unfortunately, she fell sick and was in critical condition. Now she is admitted at the only local medical clinic in the town, Kalanagar. Ikvarsh works there as a cleaner. He can always keep an eye on his ill daughter, but it's also painful to see his newborn baby in that condition every time he goes to work. That's why he prefers staying out of the clinic for some excuse. Fortunately, Ikwarsh's wife is always there with the baby. She is the source of strength for the family in tough times. He took a long time for lunch even though he barely ate anything. Now he has to return. Reaching the clinic, he sees the doctor. For the last 4 days, he has been asking the doctor about the baby's condition, but he never got good news. So today he decides to not ask. He simply looks down and walks past the doctor. Oh, Ikwash, calls the doctor. Hearing the doctor call him, his heart skips a beat. For a moment, he closes his eyes to pray, not wanting to hear what he might say. Yes, doctor, he slowly turns. One of our patients spilled some food in room 6. Can you go clean that? Okay. One more thing. Your daughter? She's better today. The doctor smiles. Ikwash tries smiling back, but it is difficult for him. After 4 long days, finally, he's getting some good news. Taking a mop, he goes to clean in room 6. There is an old grumpy woman who dropped the food earlier, is instructing him now how to clean. But Ikwarsh ignores her. Something else is going in his mind. Is this coincidence? It can't be. He thinks. My daughter's health was not good since the day she was born. And today, all of a sudden, she is better? Just like the plant that was almost dead till yesterday. After I kept putting water on it, today the plant looked better. Could there be a connection between that plant and my daughter? I don't know. Ekwarsh discards that thought and then walks away after being done with the cleaning. After being busy for an hour or so, Ekwarsh gets time to sit with his wife while sipping on hot tea. He watches a nurse checking his sick baby daughter, who looks healthier than before. Finally, some relief to the new parents. Ikvar shares his experience of coincidence with his wife, how the plant's health and his daughter's health might be connected. His wife smiles. Although seemingly illogical to her, she supports it. She says, maybe there is no connection between our daughter's health and that plant. Maybe there is. But we are not doctors or nurse. We cannot help our daughter get better with medical procedures or medicine. But this is something we can do. This is something you can do. It does not cost you anything to put some water on the plant. So if you think it helps our daughter, then you should do what you can do. To be continued.